welcome everybody. I'm Maria Antinori da Roma. Buonasera a tutti. My very, very best welcome to everybody for this solstice meditation for peace. Remember that peace is life and life is love. So I want to introduce Roger, who is the host of this event. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much indeed, Maria, and thank you for having had the beautiful idea of holding the space for solstice meditation. For all of you watching this at home, this is for you. We simply want to hold the space, as Maria said, for light and for love, and to hold the vibration of peace in our hearts, and to help us to raise the vibration of peace in these times. And thank you so much for being with us, for your presence, and for being here with us today for this solstice meditation, the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. And our meditations will take place around the world, and we will be led by beautiful people who are joining us over the next hour and a half for short reflections, for some guided meditations, for some song. And as the sun moves from east to west, we will move from Australia to India, to Europe, to the United States, and then back to New Zealand to close. And so we go now, first of all, to Australia, and we're going to experience a beautiful contribution from Sarah McCrum and her colleague, the composer Gary Malkin. It's time to unite for peace.
Let's come together in peace. Let's practice peace as we spend our time in this community. Let's create a space where many voices may be heard, where differences may be expressed, where there's room for the full range of human dynamics, and all of it, and each one of us, is received in peace. Where we unite with each other around the fundamental value of being peaceful. So let's open this meeting. Let's connect with each other. Let's each one of us bring peace together. Let's unite for peace.
Beautiful words, beautiful sentiments. And as Maria reminded us in her welcome, peace is life. Peace is life. And we unite for peace, time to unite for peace. And as Sarah said in those few words that were shared with us with the beautiful music, we can make a choice. We can make a choice for peace. We can choose life. We can choose peace. We can choose to hold peace in our hearts. And one person who has made that choice is Lady Mahini Kent Noon, who some of the year is in London and some of the year is in Delhi. And she's going to be speaking to us now from Delhi in India about her choice for peace, her reflections on peace, the peace that she holds in her heart, sharing that with us, and also about her charity, Lily Against Trafficking, which is an expression of the choice she made to hold peace in her heart. Lady Mahini Kent Noon from Delhi in India.
I'm delighted to be here to celebrate the sun at this winter solstice with the World Upshift movement. And as humans beings, we've always celebrated the sun since ancient times. And this date is the harbinger of spring and of life itself. The presence of the sun is a blessing for us, but it may not always be here. Just think of what an eerie feeling we have during the solar eclipse. It's almost as if the earth is in mourning. So we give thanks for the sun, which is also divine energy, for nourishing life on earth and even the food we eat. I prefer to use the word divine to God, which has been much distorted by ambitious men. Vedic philosophy in India, which is where I was born and raised, says that the divine masculine is inert and passive. It is Shiva. It takes the energy and the dynamic creative force of the divine feminine to set the wheel of creation into motion. Woman is not a creature, she is the creator. And these are the words of Mevlana Rumi, arguably the greatest Sufi mystic. For it is the divine golden womb, the Hiranya Garbh, that is the source of the creation of the entire universe, of the manifest cosmos. Guru Nanak, the 15th century founder of the Sikh faith, and I'm a Sikh by birth and I come from a Sikh family, said, "Why do you denigrate women? It is a woman who gives birth to great saints, kings, and yogis." And although I come from a Sikh family, I have practiced intensively the teachings of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sufism, and written books on them. Christianity, too, became a part of who I am because I went to Catholic convent schools all my life. I studied in them in India at a time when they were very overtly Christian. All this taught me is that spirituality is beyond religion, and it left me free to follow the unfettered spiritual path. Perhaps it was the divine feminine energy in me that enabled me to push forward and create something to help other women. And I created the charity Lily Against Human Trafficking to rescue girls and women from sex slavery and rehabilitate them. Lily was a 4-year-old girl who was sold to a pimp for 5,000 rupees, which is about 50 pounds. In brothels, they are given drugs and drink, alcohol, to control them. And that also helps them to endure a loveless, friendless, and sordid existence. We have supported 32 projects over the past decade or so in India, in Britain, and in Nepal. And I'm telling you this because that is what it means to me to have the divine feminine being active in the world. Women helping other women, which helps the whole world. It is the women who bring up the next generation. Girls like Lily then go out to help others like them. And the vibration and the energy of that spreads far and wide. And it has a ripple effect on the larger environment. And we have to do this not in conflict with men, but in a spirit of equality, freedom, harmony, and love. Male energy has for far too long dominated the world, and now we must restore the balance. Now we live in knowledge economies, and here women are equal. Not again to become the dominant force, because that would rock the boat. I strive to create balance of body, mind, soul, and balance with the environment, because the human world is out of balance and the world beyond the human world is even more imbalanced. But the balance is what the universe needs. And this, to be aware of our responsibility, must start in the home with our parents, and the mother is the first guru. Everything else comes later. The school, government, institutions, and all follow. The divine feminine is in all of us. It's the nurturing and the supportive energy that impels us to help others and to help male energy to find balance. But it has to be practiced. We have lived with words for far too long. And now it's time to manifest it, to bring it into practical life. I have practiced what I'm talking about and continue to help the divine feminine on earth. And we can all do that to create a vibrant energy and to bring about real change. We human beings were meant to uphold the scales of justice. And perhaps the COVID crisis was a timely reminder that there is karmic retribution, and eventually there will be a balancing of the scales of justice. So we need to change our behavior, and the point of change is always with the individual. When I started Lily to help other women, I wondered what difference I could make, because I'm so small, what can I do? But we have done 32 projects in the past decade. And when I'm daunted by the scale of the task, and I think, how will this be done? I remind myself of the words of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, who said, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. Thank you.
What I love about those last remarks of Mohini is none of us are too small to make a difference. None of us must ever think that we are too small or insignificant, or that holding peace in our hearts doesn't matter. It does. And so once again, I thank all of you watching at home for holding peace in your heart and being with us today. And I was also very struck by Mohini's words. The woman is not a creature, she is a creator of life, a creator of peace. And we heard about the deep spiritual and cultural ties that Mohini has with India, and about her charity, Lily Against Trafficking. You can find information about that on our website, worldupshift.org, if you would like to know more. And another person who has very deep links with India and who's going to speak to us now from London is Sister Yahanti. And Sister Yahanti is the principal teacher at the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University in London. And she's very kindly recorded this message for our solstice meditation.
Om Shanti, which means Om, I am, and Shanti, peace. I am a being of peace. Our original nature, our state of being, or even dharma, our religion is peace. But somehow we've moved very, very far away from that. And there's a very simple technique that can help us come back and remind us of that inner being, that original state of peace. And so the word Om Shanti, if I see myself getting a little bit irritated and the irritation's going to go further and further unless I stop it, can I pause and remind myself, Om Shanti. I don't need to say it out loud. I just need to remind myself of it. But there's also another technique that we use as a regular practice. I'm sure many of you have your practice for the morning or the evening or even the afternoon. But this is another very, very simple practice. And that is every hour, on the hour, just take 2 minutes or 3 minutes to pause. And in that moment of pause, just come back to the awareness of the spiritual identity of myself, the inner being, and remind myself, I am a being of light. And in that awareness of who I truly am, just allowing my thoughts to slow down and come to that awareness of the peace that lies within my own eternal spiritual being. And if I make a habit of this every hour, on the hour, just for 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute, maybe 3 minutes, whichever way. But doing this repeatedly brings about a state of peace that stays with me for the next 49 minutes, 59 minutes even maybe. And so having peace in myself means I can be an instrument to create an atmosphere of peace in my home for my whole family to enjoy, at my workplace so that my colleagues also benefit. And this is something which can be a little bit adjusted in the sense that if I don't have a signal on my watch, if I don't have a device that's going to give a bleep and remind me of that hourly experience, can I just every time I have a drink of water, or I stop or I pause for something to eat, to hydrate or nourish the body, at that moment, just for a moment, remind myself. When you stop for a cup of water, nobody's going to tell you, no, don't stop. They can't. And so while you're hydrating the body, where are your thoughts going? You're not thinking about the quality of the water, the bottle, the color, what's happening around you. It's okay. But what you're thinking about as you hydrate the body is you're thinking about peace. So I'll share a minute's meditation with you, and you can experiment with this. And so we call this traffic control, stopping the traffic of thoughts in the mind, allowing myself to pause for peace, recharge, refresh, and return to whatever it is I need to do. Just take a pause, and instead of looking outwards, I look inwards, and in that awareness, I find the shining light that I am, the inner being. My thoughts slow down as I observe them, and there are spaces between the thoughts. I think about peace. I hold peace in my mind, and peace radiates out into the world. I come back and continue my activity, but now with an inner state of peace, sharing peace with all. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sister Yanti, for that beautiful reflection, asking us to pause for peace, to create the space in our hearts, to look inwards for the light and the life that is peace, the peace in our hearts, and to stop the traffic in our minds, traffic control. And two people who know how to do traffic control of the mind are going to join us now. One is Michael Macy from our partner organization, Enacting Peace, based in London, and David Less, who is going to lead us in a guided meditation from the United States. And I will now ask Michael to introduce himself and then to introduce David, and I'll see you again after the time that we're going to spend with David Less. But first to Michael Macy of Enacting Peace.
Roger, thanks very much. I'd just like to say just a brief word about enacting peace. Enacting peace it's a very simple concept. It's just inviting people 4 times a year on each of the equinoxes and the solstices to act for peace. There are no dues, there's no dogma, there's no politics. It's just as simple as lighting a candle, reading a poem, or as complicated as hosting an event like this, or producing a concert. But it's consciously acting for peace so that all of us realize the importance of peace in our lives, we experience the power of peace, and we celebrate the gift of peace. So I'm just inviting everyone who's listening, everyone who's participating or watching, commit an act of peace at least 4 times a year on each of the equinoxes and the solstices mindfully. And it will really be the collective consciousness of all of us that brings and maintains peace. And now I'd like to introduce the co-founder of Enacting Peace, who is also the director of the Abrahamic Reunion and Peace Initiative in Israel and Palestine, and a longtime friend and teacher of meditation, David Less. David.
Thank you, Michael, Roger, everybody who's here. It's wonderful to be with you 4 times a year. But there are certain things that I try and do every day. Right now, I'm heavily involved in the world of war and peace in the Middle East. And it is important that people of peace actually feel it and project it, that it's not a concept, but a reality. There are human lives being destroyed wantonly, always with a good reason, a good excuse, a good story, but it's still human lives. And what will change everything is the ability of individuals to come together psychically, spiritually, whatever words you want to use, to come together, experience our unity, and, as Sister Ajanti said, project peace, really project peace. It changes things. In the last year, I've seen it over and over again. It really can change things. So I'd like to do a little meditation just to bring everybody into kind of a cooperative consciousness. So begin by just watching your breath. Feel the energy come in and the energy go out. And understand that breath is not a concept. Breath is life itself. When the breath leaves the body dies. So just observe the breath. The rhythm of your breath. And ever so slightly extend the exhalation, just a tad, just a bit. Now we spoke about stopping the traffic in the mind, but it's also necessary to purify the mind. This is symbolized by the sacred baths in many traditions that one takes before spiritual practice. So begin by imagining the color gold and breathing gently, normally, through the nostrils, holding the thought of that color gold. Now change the breath and change the color. Breathe in the nose and gently out the mouth, and focus on the color green. The color green in the nose, out the mouth. Now shift. The color is red, and the breath is in the mouth, out the nose. In the mouth, out the nose. Now the color blue, in the mouth, out the mouth. In the mouth, out the mouth, the color is blue. And now breathe very gently in and out the nose with a very, very refined breath. And imagine the color of gray smoke. Very fine breath. Now breathe normally. The exercise we've just done is one of purification. We get impressions from this world and beyond continually throughout the day. And many of the thoughts that we think are our own are not. We pick them up from other people, from places, from furniture. So this simple practice helps us to purify. Now a few moments, now that our energy is clear, pure, to feel peace. In everything there is yin and yang. Sufis would say Jalal and Jamal. And in peace, there is active peace and passive peace. Most of us experience peace as passive peace, as the cessation of movement. So feel the passive peace for a moment. A beautiful inner vibration. And we might think intellectually, wouldn't it be wonderful if the world was like this? This is the nighttime of peace. Now let's experience active peace. Most people do not focus on this. This is the daylight of peace. This is when peace has movement and activity and creation. So just feel the feeling of energy, of pure intelligence in your solar plexus, the area around the navel. Feel peace alive, moving, a living vibration. Don't project it yet, just feel it. We're not used to active peace. But God knows we need it now. And once you feel the energy, raise it up to the heart chakra in the center of the chest, right under the breastbone, and project the energy of active peace outward. There's no judgment, there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no good, there's no bad. Just project the energy, the non-judgmental energy of active peace. Through the heart center, Now, while feeling that energy, allow your consciousness to kind of float around the planet and see if you're drawn in to a particular place, not by the news or the story, but by something calling you, pulling you, and direct the active piece towards that place that's calling you. Don't get caught by the story. Don't ask why, just project. Now let your consciousness roam again and see if another place calls you. And project peace, active peace. And finally, let's do one more. Let the consciousness roam around the planet and go where you're called and project active peace. Try not to be distracted, but be directive. Now, one final step in this meditation. With the feeling of love in your heart, breathe love in and love out. For love is peace. Breathe love in and love out. With the feeling of joy in your heart, breathe joy in and joy out. Now back to the feeling of love. Let that love cover the whole planet. Your love cover the whole planet. Now, with the feeling of joy in your heart, let your joy cover the whole planet. And finally, breathe peace in and out. Peace in and peace out. Because peace is love and joy. And let this active peace cover the whole planet. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you.
Thank you, David, so much for holding that space and bringing us into that space. And amen to everything that you've said. May the joy of peace fill the world as the waters cover the sea. Amen to that. And thank you for helping us on this, the shortest day, to understand that it's time to move from the nighttime of peace into the daylight of peace. To feel, actively feel the vibration of peace in our hearts. As we come now to the top of the hour, and as we reflect on the beautiful 20 minutes that we've just spent in the guided meditation from David, I'd like to invite all of us to remember what Sister Yahanti said to us, and how we might take a minute or two at the top of the hour to say Om Shanti, to hold that vibration of peace in our hearts. And so now, as it approaches the top of the hour, it will just go quiet, it will just go silent. It's an opportunity for us to just reflect on what we've heard so far, what we've experienced, what we've felt so far in our own hearts, and to hold that living vibration, as David said, that living vibration of peace in our hearts, because peace is life, peace is love. And so let us just be silent together for 2 minutes, and then we'll come back to the rest of our program after that. So I say Om Shanti, over to you. Om Shanti. Thank you so much. And as we open our eyes again into the peace in our hearts, into the daylight of peace, it's time for us to meet Emmanuel Daga, who is a Lebanese refugee, now lives in the United States, and is a healer, an author, and a songwriter. And he's also spoken many times at the United Nations, which gives me the opportunity to remind us that today is the first time that the UN has held an International Day of Meditation. By coincidence, that's today, or perhaps not by coincidence, to mark the solstice. And Emmanuel works very closely with the United Nations, but he's not going to speak to us. He's kindly agreed to share one of his songs, which is full of joy and full of life and full of peace, as I hope our hearts are as we share and connect in this meditation, solstice meditation for peace today. And it's called It's a Beautiful World. It's a Beautiful World. And that's the name of his song. Manuel Daga. Happy UN International Day of Meditation. It's a beautiful world. And we're now going to hear from Karuna. Karuna from the Founding Mothers. And Karuna is an ordained wisdom keeper in Vedic and Native American traditions, the co-founder of Light on Light Publications, and she serves in the Peace Room of the Founding Mothers movement. So very exciting to have Karuna with us, especially as Karuna has just published her first book, which is called Light on Kundalini. And we will put a promotion for that on our website, worldupshift.org. So if you visit us there in the next day or two, you'll be able to find out more about Karuna and more about her book. And the Founding Mothers movement is a woman-led movement working in the name of peace to transition our world from patriarchy to partnership, the balance that Mohini was talking about. And after Karuna has spoken, we will also hear from Lauren Lamore, who is part of the Founding Mothers and also part of the World Upshift movement, a very important and hugely valued part of the World Upshift movement. And thank you to Lauren for helping to arrange today and for introducing us also to Lombardi, who you can't see behind the scenes, who is managing everything for us technically in such a beautiful way. So Karuna will introduce Lauren. And Lauren is working to bring networks of people together in the most beautiful way to share the vibration of peace, and will herself introduce Steve Farrell from Humanity's team, who are also partnering with us on today's event. And so Lauren, as you can see, is one of these beautiful people who is joining the dots and bringing people together to help us to raise the vibration of peace. But once again, this is for you. If you're watching at home, you're hearing the most marvelous contributions from inspiring people, and we hope it will inspire you to hold the vibration of peace in your heart, to share the vibration of peace. Big or small, every contribution is enormously valuable. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what Karuna is going to say to us. And I'll see you after we've heard from Karuna and Lauren Lamore and Steve Farrell.
Thank you, Roger. I am so blessed to be here, and Lauren inviting me to join you all, and Steve Farrell and Humanity's team and the World Upshift and everyone who has spoken and offered such generosity through meditation, through wisdom, through grace. It is a Kundalini yoga practice that I do a sadhana with every morning, as this is the Aquarian age now, and we have come through the Kali Yuga. So the dark age is done, and so auspicious on the solstice also, to see the dark, the gu, and the ru, the light, and to really reflect, everyone. Just take your left hand on your heart and your right hand over. So the left represents the divine feminine and the right represents the divine masculine. And as we sit with a tall seat, you can shut your beautiful eyelids down, roll the eyes up, and look at the back of the eyelids. And feel this hummy hum, Brahm hum. We are one. Hummy hum, Brahm hum. We are one. It goes with the mantra, the heart, the beat, the mother, Oto Kashala, walk on Tonka, dear Great Spirit. In these 4 directions to the east, I pray. Please take my mental body and let me hold her still, so I can be a better listener, so I can lean into my mind and reflect all wisdom and grace and listen to the children, listen more deeply to my soul. To the south, my emotions and my commotions come softly now. They've resolved and dissolved, to understand compassion and wisdom. I feel my heartbeat into my palms and my hands. I strengthen my tattvas, my earth, my wind, my fire, my air. I breathe so deeply. Into the west I turn, the physical body, the throat chakra. Swallow. Hear your authentic voice, dear friends. Come together and make peace prevail. Everywhere, every mindful step we take with breath, we strengthen with vitality of the sun. The ring finger represents the sun. Breathe into the palms of your hands, the sides of your palm, from the pinky finger Mercury all the way down to your wrist heart meridian. Breathe into the moon. And as we turn towards the north, in this circle of light, the four directions, the Arapaho, the Cheyenne, and the Ute lived where I am, here today with you in the Rocky Mountains, the 33 peaks of the Continental Divide, peeking at you here and now, hearing the wind, the spirit of the north. Feel your heart, dear friends. Feel your soul and know you are so important in this movement. The founding mothers stopped the war. The light on the kunda, the coiled pent-up energy in the base of your spine, wake her up. Allow her to talk to you. And in the center of this circle, we all hold each other. We love each other. It's a simple meditation, yet it's so wise. Meditate, dear ones, as I play the gong for you and take you into that sacred space and deepen your relationship. 1 minute with the gong. The vibration of the gong heals the planet like no other vibration or a sound or a frequency. It raises your consciousness. Sit, feel, see your journey and observe. I felt in need of a great pilgrimage, so I sat still for 3 days. And God came to me, Kabir, India. Sit in peace, dear friends. Feel the vibration continue to clean and heal and breathe great happiness and joy into your lives. May peace prevail. on this planet, Earth. May we globally stay together, healthy, happy, and wholesome. Thank you so much. It's an honor to introduce to you my dear sister, Lauren L'Amour. With a name like L'Amour, I mean, it's love, it's beauty. This author, this spiritual and meditation teacher who works consciously on herself to bring forth your brilliance and your attributes. She is part of the Founding Mothers movement, and it's such a privilege to have her here with us. And World Upshift organization, both a member and her partnership with World Upshift. So it is my honor to introduce Lauren L'Amour to you now. Thank you so much. Sat Nam.
Thank you, Karuna, for your kind words, and your meditation was beautiful, as always. And thank you, Roger, as well, for your kind words. Please join me as we go even deeper into our hearts and that still, quiet place where enacting peace ultimately begins. I'll invite you to close your eyes or create a soft gaze. And we'll begin by taking some nice, deep, cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in love, breathing out peace. Breathe in love, breathe out peace. And as you're breathing, bring your attention to your heart. Breathing in love, breathing out peace. Now imagine, think, know, or feel a rose beginning to form there at your heart, the most beautiful rose you've ever seen. Breathing in love, breathing out peace. And with each cleansing breath, that rose begins to bloom wider and wider still. Breathing in love, breathing out peace. And now we move into a meditation of deeper peace, love, and forgiveness. A meditation from the Buddhist tradition called the Metta Prayer for loving kindness. Repeat after me to yourself. For yourself. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. For someone you are connected to or love. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. May they be well. For neutral people, places, and beings and things. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. May they be well. For someone we have negative feelings around. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. May they be well. And lastly, for all sentient beings, may they be happy. May they be peaceful. May they be well. Take a nice deep breath in, filling your lungs, and hold it for 3 seconds. And when you're ready, let it all go, coming back fully into your body and to the present moment. Thank you. I now have the honor of introducing one of our main media partners for this event and one of our close friends at the World Upshift organization, Steve Farrell, and another person who has chosen peace. Steve is the CEO of the nonprofit Humanities Team, and along with his partner and co-founder, Neil Donald Walsh, has dedicated and donated the last 25 years of his life to create one of the world's largest streaming platforms for conscious education, leadership, and healing. Humanities Team's purpose is to communicate and demonstrate the timeless truth that we are truly all one with the divine and all life, caring for each other and the world we share. I give you Steve Farrell and his inspirational message of peace and oneness.
Good day, everyone. I'm Steve Farrell with Humanities Team, and I'm grateful to be here with you for this sacred and special occasion. As we come together to honor the winter solstice, I want to take a moment to speak from my heart to yours. This is a sacred time of year, a time when the earth herself reminds us of the cycles of life, the beauty of stillness, and the promise of renewal. Today marks the longest night of the year. The solstice invites us to pause and embrace the darkness, not as something to fear, but as a profound opportunity for reflection, transformation, and deep connection. It's in this quiet space that we can truly hear the whispers of our soul, guiding us toward what is most important. This is a moment to honor the journey we've traveled together throughout this past year. Together we've faced challenges, celebrated victories, and held steadfast to the vision of a flourishing world for all. Each of you, through your presence, your love, and your conscious choices, is helping to bring that vision into reality. The solstice reminds us that even in the darkest times, the light is never absent. Just as the sun will begin its return tomorrow, so too does the light within each of us grow stronger as we commit to living consciously. We are that light, the light of hope, the light of compassion, and the light of possibility for a better world. As we gather in this global family of Humanities Team, let's take this opportunity to reflect on the blessings of the past year, the connections we've made, the lessons we've learned, and the love we've shared. Let's also hold space for the intentions we wish to set for the year ahead. This is the time to plant the seeds of our highest vision and to nurture them with trust, courage, and unwavering faith. I invite you to take a deep breath with me now. Let's feel the unity that binds us together, no matter where we are in the world. As we breathe, let's remember that we are not separate. We are all connected, like individual rays of the same sun. Together, we are the light returning to the world. Together, we are awakening humanity to its divine potential. Together, we are creating a thriving, sustainable, and compassionate world for future generations. On this solstice, I celebrate each of you for the sacred work you do every day through your thoughts, your actions, and your love. You are a beacon of hope, and I am so deeply grateful to walk this path with you. May this solstice bring you peace, renewal, and a sense of the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. May you feel the light of the universe shining through you, reminding you that you are always held, always guided, and always loved. Happy solstice, Humanities Team family. Let's shine our light brightly as we move forward together into the new year.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Karuna. We are that hope. We are that light. And you, Karuna, Lauren, Steve, you are living proof that we are one. Connection, all the connections between you and all that you do to help us raise the vibration of peace and to do good work in the world. And just to remember Lauren's prayer and again to give it, thank you for the gift of that prayer, Lauren, for bringing it to us. And we give it again to you, to all of you watching at home. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be peaceful. May you all be well. I'm now delighted to say that we have permission from the folk singer, Peggy Seeger, to share one of her videos, one of her songs with this meditation, Solstice meditation for peace. Very famous, very accomplished in her own right, and of course also the sister of her also famous brother Pete, the late Pete Seeger. So that's lovely, a lovely addition to our solstice meditation today. And her song, which seems very appropriate because this is how we'll feel tomorrow, I'm sure, after the beautiful experiences that we're having together today. It's called How I Long for Peace.
Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. I cannot understand how the sisters, wives, and mothers cannot stop the slaughter of the husbands, sons, and brothers. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. There never can be peace till men abandon fighting as the way to deal with problems that prevent us from uniting. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The prophets made from war, there's few that can resist them. Hypocrisy and greed control the lifeblood of our system. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The earth can wait no longer for political permission. Sit down, disrupt, do anything to make the whole world listen. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace.
How I Long for Peace, Peggy Seeger. So you'll remember at the start of our meditation said that we would move from Australia through India to Europe, United States, as the sun moves from east to west on this, the shortest day of the year. And that's what we've been doing, holding the vibration of peace and connecting with the vibration of peace. And two people who know about moving from east to west and from west to east are going to join us now. That's Yotish and Devi Naiswami, the global leaders of the Ananda movement worldwide, who'll be speaking to us from the water's edge in California, or very close to, quite literally on the water's edge, but from California, and who we met in Ananda Assisi this summer. Maria and I met at Ananda Assisi this summer, and who have been so wonderful with the abundance of the gifts that they, through the Ananda movement, have shared. We've shared together with our partners in World Upshift. And those of you watching from home who've been with us on previous meditations will know that they've been held from the Temple of Light in Ananda Assisi, which is a beautiful place to hold the meditations, and sends out the strongest possible resonance and vibration of peace. And tomorrow at the Temple of Light in Ananda Assisi will be the 8-hour Christmas meditation. And so all the preparations are going on today to get the Temple of Light ready, which is why we're doing today's meditation from Rome. But it gives me the opportunity to say thank you to Ananda and Ketani in Assisi, and to Yotish and Devi for their support of this series of meditations. And I know also that Yotish and Devi spend time in India and around the world, filling people's lives with the joy of peace. And it's an absolute honor to have you with us for a few minutes today to help us understand and to envisage and to imagine peace, and peace in your hearts, the peace that we need to see in our world. So Yotish and Devi, thank you and welcome, and Om Shanti.
Thank you. We're speaking from Ananda Village, which has been here. It's in Northern California, in the foothills of the Sierra Mountains. This community is dedicated to meditation, to bringing peace and joy into the world. It's a community of about 250 people, and we've been active here since 1969, more than 50 years. Devi and I will do a visualization of peace. So please close your eyes. Become aware of your breathing in and out. Make the breathing even, so the inhalation and exhalation is the same length, balancing the energies. And realizing that before there can be global peace, there needs to be personal peace. Create peace in your own mind and your own heart, your emotions. With each breath, feel that with the inhalation, you're bringing in a calming energy, a peaceful energy. And with each exhalation, that energy is descending and filling your body and mind. Now feel the breath, the physical breath in the nasal passages at the point between the eyebrows. With each inhalation, you're bringing in peace. With each exhalation, you're spreading it throughout the body. Now, especially feel that you're filling your brain, the whole head, with peace and joy. And now, like a bubble of peace, let it spread beyond your physical being to create a bubble of peace around you. You hold that strongly enough, nothing can break it. And as each of us create a bubble of peace around us, as we go throughout our day, and especially as we unite with others who long for peace, that bubble will grow stronger and stronger and spread wider and wider until it reaches around the world. Now, let's unite all of us together who have been a part of this beautiful solstice meditation for world peace. Let us feel that these bubbles of peace that each one of us has created within and around us, let's expand it so that each of us who are here today are united. Wherever we are in this world, feel those bubbles of peace merging into a glorious sphere of light. And feel that sphere of light rising like a planet, like the sun, rising above this earth, and feel it becoming animated into a beautiful angelic being whose robes encircle the earth. And feel your bubble of joy, of peace, of love is merging into this angelic being, the angel of peace. And we are a part of it. We, in fact, are one with it. And feel this beautiful angel of peace. See it, however you would envision it, with a face full of beauty and light, with a heart full of love and peace, with hands full of service and the desire to help others, with legs moving everywhere, wherever help is needed. This angelic being of peace. Feel its power, uplifting the consciousness of people everywhere, awakening from their slumber of separation and darkness, awakening them to unity and love and peace. And know that this is the direction that humanity is going through the solstice, this darkest day of the year. Feel this is just the beginning of a new dawn, of unity, of united humanity, of uplifted consciousness. Feel its presence, this angelic being of peace. Feel it uniting us, blessing us, uniting the world, blessing the world. And that a new dawn is there without doubt, and it will emerge in the right time, in God's will. That our part is to never lose hope, never lose faith, continue to live in the light, to spread the light, to serve the light. Om. Peace. Amen.
Never lose hope. Never lose faith. Live in the light. Thank you, Yotish. Thank you, Devi. And if the light has been to lose the light as it moves from east to west around the world, we know it'll be back tomorrow. And we want to hold the vibration of peace in our hearts to carry it forward tomorrow. And as the days grow longer, may the vibration of peace be raised and go stronger. And connections, the connection that we feel today, let us keep that with us through the year. And so we move now, the sun continues to move, we move now back to where we started, back to Oceania, this time back to New Zealand. Remember, we began in Australia, now we move to New Zealand. And we're going to hear from Louise Mara, who is from the Ngai Tuho Maori tribe in Aotearoa, New Zealand. She's also the founder of Unity House and the author of a beautiful book about reconnecting with nature called Reroot. And we wanted to have the final contribution for today's solstice meditation. Of course, it's the summer solstice in New Zealand, from Louise, and we're going to hear from her now.
Kia ora koutou. Hello, everybody, and yeah, happy solstice. I'm calling from Aotearoa, New Zealand. My name's Louise Mara, and I belong to the Māori Tūhoi tribe, and also very much to the Celtic world. So as we come into the solstice in this part of the world, it is Hiniro Mati, which is the goddess of summer. And also from the Celtic world it's Albin Hefin. But for most of you, you're in the winter solstice. So let's just hold them both, this great turning of the wheel, the longest and shortest day. And yeah, as we will start to shorten our days, you will start to lengthen. And I don't know about you, but you can just feel this beautiful movement. And just a very short kind of resourcing meditation that we would do in my culture. I want you just to think of a place on this beautiful living Mother Earth, Papatsuanuku, that you connect with, that you hold dear, that you have a relationship with. And I want you to bring that place close, right now. Bring it close, really close. And I want you to feel that place, any sense you have, even 1%. Feel that place and feel your love for that place. But feel your love and connection with it. Take a moment to do that. Then see what happens when I say, feel the love that place has for you. Just open to the love that place has for you. Yeah, notice, feels so good to me, my interbeing. Because our bodies are part of earth, they are a sacred site. Just feel, these are two sacred sites meeting. And you can do the same with a water body, an ocean, a river, a lake, pond, a stream, like bring it close. Feel it, attune to it. Feel your love for it. Feel its love for you. Yeah, we so need to weave ourselves back into the web of life. For some reason, humanity felt itself so separate, and that's not real or true or helpful. We live in earth bodies that belong to the earth. So as you celebrate the solstice in whichever part of the world, really feel your connection as an earth body turning with the beautiful wheel of life as it does this magnificent shift. So happy solstice, everybody, from me. Blessings.
Thank you, dear Louise. Happy solstice. And it's time now for me to thank not just Louise, all our contributors, to thank our partners, Humanities Team, Ananda, Enacting Peace, Unify. Most of all, to thank all of you watching at home, holding the vibration of peace, the soft, still voice of peace in your hearts, and helping us to carry it forward into tomorrow, next week, next year. As the light returns, may we go from the nighttime peace, as David called it, into the daytime of peace. May we stay connected. May we stay with that feeling of peace. As Maria said to us at the beginning, peace is life. And Maria has also asked me just to remind you once again that today is the first UN Day of International Day of Meditation. And so we celebrate the solstice, and we also celebrate the first International United Nations Day of Meditation. And there is a website that you can look at which has more about that day today, called worldmeditation.world. We've just seen an announcement that was passed on to us from Tony Hadder of the Transcendental Meditation Movement, asking us to connect with an even bigger audience and to keep connecting, to keep building this vibration of peace. So we're back now to close in the Southern Hemisphere, the summer solstice, and we just share an image of you that was shared by Polyella Darling, who can't be with us today. We remember her. She's had a family issue that meant she couldn't join us, but we want to share her, wish her well, and we want to share the image of fire that she sent us from the beach in Australia. With that, we say, Om Shanti, peace be with you. And join us again, please, for the equinox meditation, which will be on the 20th of March, 2025. Peace be with you.